Okay, I have not recorded anything in a long time. I actually haven't painted or picked up a paintbrush in over a week. I've been so consumed with my grad program and finishing up my thesis project. Sorry, I feel like this floor is so squeaky and Wednesday's running around like a crazy lady. Yeah, the squeaky floor is like ridiculous. Yeah, I was really consumed with finishing my thesis and finishing grad school. Yesterday was the last day, and I'm done. I officially have a master's degree in UX design. Yeah, I feel really happy, really accomplished, and like I've been saying in a million vlogs, I am excited to get to do my own reading, get to have more time for painting, and explore some design opportunities. So all that being said, everything in the studio is exactly the same as where I left it in the last vlog. So I'm gonna dive into this painting, definitely. Maybe I'll dive into the small panels. Wednesday's running around like crazy. Yeah, so I will probably dive into this painting. I've been dying to get back into it. Maybe the small panels, maybe some of these. The biggest thing that is definitely going to happen 100% is I'm gonna hang this up and see if it needs anything. I think it might need a couple small tweaks, but I think it's done. So I'm excited to focus on this weekend. Hopefully finish it, photograph it, and take you along for that journey. Okay, I totally let you down. I didn't really work on much of anything. I did work on this slightly, but pretty much all my intention of working this weekend on paintings went right out the window. So yeah, I just spent a lot of time outside. I hiked with my brother. Maybe I'll insert a clip of that. I've just been celebrating my graduation and haven't felt like painting, oddly enough. But I was telling Morgan yesterday when we recorded the weekly conversation, just that I'm really excited to get back into work and I mean, really, it's more play. Like, I love painting. I'm really excited to dive back in without the pressure of school and other distractions. I'm excited to get back into it with more focus, I think. So today, I think just to round out the vlog, there isn't much progress on any of the paintings, and I feel like it's gonna be super, super short. So, I think on the first vlog, I mentioned how important collage material is to my work, and so I think I'm gonna go through a lot of my collage material and just talk about it. Like, I haven't gone through a lot of these boxes to see what I even have, and yeah, I can just talk about why I use collage and take a look at what I have. So all my paintings have collage. Usually there's some areas with handwriting, like hopefully you can see this. There's writing buried beneath the marks. And if you look close enough, there are tons of collage material, writing in every single painting. Like, this is a painting that's super early, in an early stage. Yeah, I could go on and on. Like, you guys already took a look at these. There's tons of collage already on these early stages. So yeah, collage is in every single painting for the most part. There are times where I'm doing like super, super small paintings like this that really function more like a color study or a sketch. And I don't always put collage in those super, super small ones, but sometimes I do. Like, this is a super small one, which literally just reads, I don't know if you can read it, it says more. Yeah, so it is a very important part of my process, and yeah, let's dive in. Okay, so I have some of my collage material here. Not all of it, but I like kind of organizing it in my very unique categories just so that I can find things a little easier. Back in the day when I first started using collage, I just kind of had things all over the place in different boxes with no real order, and as I would paint, I would like just kind of dig through material and find things that were interesting. The process is actually still kind of similar because I don't always know exactly what I'm looking for, but this little system helps a little bit. So diving right in, like this particular box is just called painted paper. I don't know if you can read that. So it's literally just loose pieces of paper, printouts with a few layers of paint. And I think of these more just like adding some formal elements. Like, you know, so much of the reason why I use collage material is for the addition of meaning. Like, you know, if it's a love letter, the painting kind of holds that essence, you know, or if it's like a ticket from traveling somewhere, it kind of has that story within it, that narrative. And you know, like some of these material, like the quote unquote painted paper, it looks like there's some content here. Like I remember this piece of paper with paint on it is from an article about love. I would say most of this though is truly just, yeah, I would say most of this is truly just like paper with paint on it. And it functions really, really well when I'm looking for a formal element, a particular color. I can actually like try out a color, cut out a shape, and paste it on a painting. Things like that. This particular box is a box Wednesday wants to get in. I labeled family, so this is like anything to do with like cards I got growing up, Polaroids, these like photos, me and my brother, family things, my dog I had growing up. My mom actually went to art school for a little bit also, and I have some of her drawings here. More photos. I have stuff from documents from when I was born. These like printouts of the house I grew up in New Hampshire. I haven't really dove into the family stuff a lot in my work. I'm not really sure why. I think the topic of love has just been so top of the brain for so many years. But on that note, this is my baby blanket when I was born. I'd like to use it in a painting one of these days. I think right now I'm just kind of hoarding the family stuff for maybe a new series of paintings. This is kind of a mix. Like I was making a lot of yellow paintings, and of course this is more yellow and green with a little bit of blue too, but anything that I felt like fit within that category of yellow, that was exciting to me for a long time. It still is. I have all these different thing, like painted material. There's this neon yellow fabric that I use in paintings. Yeah, that all kind of made its way in this particular box. I still reach for these quite a bit. This is actually just like a miscellaneous box, and I was kind of collecting some three-dimensional things. Like this is like a zipper, like string, these like grommets. Anything that I felt like didn't really fit anywhere. This is like fabric, more fabric. Oh, this is a lot of writing from undergrad. Stuff from school. There's some clothing, some handmade paper here. You need a good junk drawer, a good miscellaneous drawer. This is the box that I called Love, and at one point this was like packed with stuff from when I started the Love Letter Project. On my website, there's a section called On Love with more information about that, but basically I was asking people to send me handwritten love letters that were on at least one sheet of paper. And I was getting so many, and they started making their way into paintings. So yeah, this is kind of where a lot of the love letters go when I get them. I think since I haven't really gotten a lot of love letters recently, I'd like to revive the project and make a new post. I think I'd like to shift the focus a little bit, but I don't want to say too much on here because I want it to be a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, expect another iteration of call for love letters. This is probably one that's the most disorganized. I just looked at it. It says miscellaneous, writing, stuff about memory. There's some like journal entries. When I was experimenting with including sand in my paintings, there's like these really three-dimensional paintings. I have an envelope with hair. Some sketches, drawings. Yeah, this one's pretty empty. I think it needs a new category. This is just a work in progress box. So there's a lot of paintings that are in really early stages. So I don't really show this stuff a lot, but yeah, this is what paintings look like when they first start out with just like a layer or two layers of paint. Yeah, so like there's paintings at all different stages of unfinished. Like, you know, here's one kind of at like an early / kind of middle stage. This is kind of reaching the end that made its way in this box. You know, sometimes when I get at a point where I'm not really sure what to do next, like this in particular, I felt a little stuck about what the next step would be. So unfortunately it made its way in the box. But the best thing is like, I never really know when I'm gonna come across it again. Like, you know, I might look at this box in a couple days, in a month, in a year, and sometimes approaching paintings like that where you feel stuck after a little bit of a break, like it breathes new life into it. Like I can kind of look at it with more clarity than I ever had before. That's happened a lot. This is a box that I just labeled fabric, and I know for a fact there's some other things other than fabric in here, but here's some more family stuff. This is actually from a bed sheet I slept on when I was a kid. This is a pillowcase I slept on when I was a kid. Some random papers that I know are not fabric. This is interesting. I ended up printing out text messages that were relating to love, and I had them sent away and printed on fabric. and I was stretching them over canvas, painting on them, using them as collage material. This is probably the last piece of fabric that I have from that project. And tons of other stuff, tons of other fabric with patterns, some stuff from my childhood, some stuff with meaning, some that's just kind of interesting patterns that I'll probably use in a painting. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, the categories aren't perfect. They're not sorted perfectly, but it's a system that I really like, and it's been working fairly well for me. It was good for me to like actually go through and touch everything and look at everything. It's impossible to remember it all. So it's good to do this kind of thing, like, honestly, as often as I possibly can, because there are moments when I'm working on a painting and I actually do remember what I have. And I'm like, oh, I need that one piece of paper that has like the yellow and green like line work on it, and that would be perfect in this painting, and I'll go and grab it, but I don't always remember what I have. But what I wanted to show was some of these boxes of smaller collage material that are more three-dimensional elements that I've been adding really recently. I've been collecting this stuff for a while, but just now recently adding it to my paintings. Part of it was just gathering up the courage to add some three-dimensional stuff. So there's a ton of string and rope and brackets and hinges and metal elements like locks, tons of metal things, hooks, nails that I think will definitely make their way in the paintings. They already have, really. You can see here, these are like, I think I already talked about this in the vlog, but these like plastic rings that are actually super three-dimensional, metal rings, tacks, these like hinges, rope and ribbon. So yeah, I've been really excited about adding the three-dimensional collage into my paintings lately. It's been really exciting and a little scary, which is why I think I've been adding it to so many of these smaller panels, because I feel like there maybe is slightly less risk involved. I think I'll probably end showing off some of this stuff. These two bottom drawers have mostly fabric, childhood stuff. Like this is the pillowcase I was talking about earlier. And this whole bin is all sheets that I slept on as a kid. So there's like, Wednesday's super interested. So there's like Winnie the Pooh, there's like Transformers, there's Power Rangers, things like that. So someday there'll be a really large series of works about my childhood and some of the material I still have. Wednesday is super excited about the collage material discussion here. But yeah, now I've got a little bit of some organization to do. I am going to organize the studio a little bit, edit this vlog. I actually have a job interview for a UX job today in a few hours. It's my third interview for this company, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, until then, I'm gonna spend some time in the studio. I'm gonna meditate, make sure I'm like calm for the interview, and keep looking at this particular painting. Like I said, I really wanted to finish it today, or at least by the end of this video, but it didn't happen. I don't want to rush it too much. I think it's really close for me, and I'm hoping by the next vlog it'll be done. Actually, I hope a few other paintings will be done by then. I think the next 2 weeks are going to be really focusing on painting in particular. Yeah, this painting will be finished soon. That's going to be my main focus, just so I can get it off the wall, wrapped, photographed, and then hang up the giant triptych I was working on and focus on that again. Right now, I have all 6 of these canvases all stacked up, which is kind of sad. I wish I had the space to have more paintings hung up, but that's okay. It actually, like, having just that yellow one up on the giant white wall has been bringing a lot of focus and clarity on that particular one. I think in the next vlog, I'll show it off in the finished state, and I'll talk more about this painting in particular, like the actual collage in it, and why it looks the way it looks, and the colors I chose and everything. So yeah, that's something to look forward to in the next vlog, a closer look at that, and some finished paintings, and a little bit more painting in the next vlog. But hopefully this little collage material tour was interesting. But until next time, thank you all for watching.